Welcome to the Brothers of the World podcast. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Just woke up from a fucking nap, guys.
Yeah, we had to pull his ass out of bed. Literally. Pull his ass out of bed.
But we're here to bring you quality content.
Quality?
And I'm flowing right now, so they got me up. I'm a little angry, but I'm here to spit some facts, and we're here to recap UFC Fight Night Overeem versus Volkov. Let's get into it.
We'll start off with the main event. I suggested to Mike.
Called it.
I suggested to Mike that we do a 21 gun salute to our boy Alistair Overeem because he got KO'd. You
Line
did
him up.
call it perfectly. He got KO'd there in the second round, and it was jabs, bro. It was jabs.
And me saying I called it, I just said Volkov's best opportunity to win and knock him out was early, within those first two rounds. And you're right, he just outstruck him. I thought Overeem was going to be pushing the pace, but it was actually Volkov. Volkov was...
I feel like it's kind of understandable now where Alistair Overeem was talking about, oh, this is going to be my last run. He was really enforcing it in all these media things, and it looked like he came in super unprepared. He kind of looked like flabby compared to how he usually looks. I know he's, 40 years old, 41 years old, but he usually comes in pretty ripped.
I thought he looked good in the weigh-ins. That's why I was still like... You know, it's over him. He was still throwing good, but the thing is, bro, he thought he could, and I think I saw this against Augusto Sakai, where he kind of just like, he thinks he can weather the storm, you know? He just turtles up and then...
I thought he definitely thought he could come in with the game plan of shelling up, letting them blow their load, and then...
Volkov was smart about that, though.
Yeah, he was picking the shots.
Exactly.
Picking the shots perfectly.
Right through this guard. It was like, come on, dude, like...
Yeah, and I think Alistair ended up saying, "Oh shit, I'm doing this this shell up technique out here, and they're actually landing." And by the time he realized I can't be doing this, it was already a little too late.
Maybe in Alistair's mind, he was kind of preparing for. He's like, 5-round fight. I just went through this in my last fight. I'm gonna get through these early rounds, and I'm gonna pick it up late.
Yeah.
Maybe that was his plan. Too bad didn't get there. It ended mid-second round.
Those jabs were splitting that guard. Mm-hmm. It split his face open.
You're right.
His nose became a freaking geyser of blood. Yeah. It was a great performance for Volkov.
And Alistair talking about his last run. Has he decided? Did he come out openly and said like I'm done? That's it.
I don't think he said he's retiring, but I mean, like I said, throughout the whole week of media, he was saying that this is his last title run.
His last run.
Yeah.
Good fight though. This was, do you consider Volkov, he's 32 years old, but do you consider him like new generation at UFC?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because he's still relatively new, right? And he's still like on the rise, I guess you could say. Like he still has potential to, he said he could be champion. He wants to be champion. And a lot of people say, oh, he's not going to be there with Stipe and Francis. I'm like, I think he still has room for growth, even though he's 32.
Yeah, he definitely has room for growth. I think he's going to be around for a long time. I think he had already been known to throw in those teep kicks and be good with his kicks. But I thought in this fight they kind of really shined through. Personally, I think who's in front of him, he has Curtis Blades, who beat him, Derek Lewis, who beat him, Francis Ngannou, and then Stipe. I think Stipe has the wrestling to beat him.
But can we mention the Derek Lewis one? And I was talking to Mike about this. I'm like, he was whooping Derek Lewis's ass the whole fight. In the last, 10 seconds?
Hey, fight IQ, bro. He said, yeah, last 10 seconds, let's do a war. Oh,
that was reminiscent of Yair Rodriguez and the Korean Zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Korean Zombie was winning that.
Exactly.
But props to Volkov. Volkov looked pretty damn great out there. He looked controlled, centered, and he took that win. Seemed pretty easily.
Drago.
He's
entering the top 5. He is a contender. Who do you think he should fight next, though? Did he make any call-outs?
No, I don't think he made
Very
any call-outs.
Very good English. I'm impressed by his English.
I think he should fight the loser of Stipe versus Francis. Since the two guys right in front of him already have wins over him, I think they should probably be next for the title shot after the winner against Francis. And then he'll fight the loser, or the Stipe Francis, I'm trying to say.
Talking about UFC heavyweight top 5 matchups, why isn't anybody calling out John Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Like, is everybody like, oh, he's gonna fight for the title? It's like you can still
They're
fucking
they're kind of just letting him slide in.
yeah, you can still fucking call him out. He's a declared heavyweight, but everybody
That'd actually be a great fight.
I know,
Volkov
that's what I'm
versus John
saying.
Jones. That'd be a great fight.
Dude, I was hearing Chael talk about this. Okay, think about Francis and Stipe. We don't know how long they might hold up the division. Let's say Francis wins. Rematch.
Automatically.
Maybe another
Automatically.
year. John Jones might not fight for the title in another year and a half. Like, they had to wait for... Dude, look at Stipe and DC. They held up the heavyweight division for
Almost
two and a half
Yeah, I was gonna say
years.
almost 2.5, almost 3 years.
Think about if you're Francis. Francis has been waiting for this fucking rematch.
But talking about another 21 about the 21 gun salute, we also wanted to do that for our boy Frankie Edgar.
And that's
28 seconds.
And another one, bro. You want to bring up 21 gun salute? I'm bringing up New Wave once again beats
These
the older
vets.
the older generation, and Frankie Edgar sadly.
What's funny, bro, is the way Frankie Edgar came out. He was like, just the pace alone looked like he was already pushing Corey Sanhegan back. And I thought, okay,
He looked like no scrap himself. Real bounce.
I literally said, okay, we're looking good. And then he gets knocked out with the flying knee right on the chin, turns him into stone, lands on his face. And then I looked at the clock and said, 28 seconds? How long did I think he was looking good for? Son of a bitch.
I mean, his movement did look good starting out. He looked like he was ready for a fight.
Yes. The thing is nobody does that to Frankie Edgar.
And that was
man.
only his... Dude, Sanhegan only landed 2 shots. The second one was that flying knee, so perfectly timed. Catching Frankie... Frankie was going with an overhand, it looked like, right?
I think so. Or it kind of looked like he was duck. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a ducking overhand, and then, dude, Sanhegan must have just been in such a good flow state. He just saw it. Like, he saw what Frankie was doing and instantly reacted to it, ended him. And then Frankie, just...
Well, in that very first strike that he threw, I know you said he only landed 2, but in that very first strike that he threw, Frankie reacted really big with a duck, like hands up,
dude.
duck,
That's what it was.
He kind of read it, I think, and said, "I'm gonna try a flying knee here," and it landed right on the button. Like I said, it turned him into stone. Hand seized up and landed right on his face. I hate to see Frankie Edgar like that, and I guess Corey Sanhegan does too, because when when they were announcing the winner and picking up his hand, dude looked like he was straight up about to break down and cry.
No, but he also spoke very real. He's like, hey, man, like, I hate to knock out a guy like that. But he's like, this is what we signed up for.
Yeah.
And he's like, at the end of the day, he's like, I feel bad, but hey.
But he also said he does not want to see Frankie Edgar like that. I don't think
Nobody does.
I don't think any of us want to see him like that.
There's so many memes, not making fun of Frankie, but kind of just like sadness memes, like my reaction to seeing my hero, my
Yeah.
Because everybody loves Frankie, dude. You can't say a mean thing about him.
No,
you can't.
It was super sad, man. Like I said, Corey Sanhagen's face was mega sad face when he was getting announced as the winner. You know what I mean?
No, but compare like Conor McGregor the past week getting knocked out, and all the memes making fun of like "fuck you, McGregor" to Frankie getting knocked out. It's like, no. What have you done to my boy?
He's still my boy, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was sad. Frankie, he just made an Instagram post recently saying like, he's like, hey, I came back home. I'm blessed. I got my family. That's good. Like he's like, he just caught me, man.
Hey,
like,
and
that's
you know what?
It's a cruel game. It's a cruel bitch of the game.
As cruel and brutal as it looked, I mean, that's kind of like your best bet. Did you want to go out there and take 3 rounds of just straight on full damage? I'm sure he could bounce back from this pretty well. Mm-hmm. We know he hasn't taken...
I mean, Sanhegan is obviously a #1 contender.
Yeah, he's going to fight the champion next. Whoever the champion may be, he's got to fight the champion next. And in the third fight, we had Clay Guida doing exactly what we said. We called this one perfectly. I knew Michael Johnson was not going to be able to knock out Clay Guida. Clay Guida's got a chin made out of freaking oak tree.
Dude, why is Michael Johnson has the weirdest career of all time, bro?
Weirdest career. I mean, he lost. How old is Clay Guida now? 38, I believe.
I got the answer for you in just a couple seconds. But let me tell you this. I read somewhere that I'm trying to like break down and find like, some words that make sense about his career. And some people would say he fights to the level of his opponents. Because Michael Johnson is the same guy who's beaten Tony Ferguson, right?
Dustin Poirier.
And he fought a good battle with, I think, he fought Khabib pretty well, and he fought Justin Gaethje pretty well. But then he's lost to, like, some guys that aren't in the UFC anymore, and then Clay Guida. Like, he literally fights to the level of his opponents. Yeah, but
Clay Guida, 39 years old. 39 years old. This is the guy who's in the Hall of Fame for his fight with Diego Sanchez. The dude's been in the UFC for a long time. He was running a 2-fight loss streak on his own.
And didn't I tell you that, bro? Like, during the fight, I'm like, Clay Guida's that fighter who got better as he got older.
Yeah, somehow. It looked like his wrestling had never skipped a beat, although he had taken a long break and had these 2 losses. His wrestling looked fantastic, and his hands actually, he looked like the better striker in there against Michael Johnson, who is known for striking. He looked great. I like that his call-out was asking for somebody like an up-and-comer or a new name or a rising prospect. He said, yo, stop giving me these vets, dog. I'm tired
You're
of
right.
grinding it out
Then
with these
again,
vets."
his level of competition, it's not like the UFC is giving him, like, you know, top tier. Like, they're kind of just feeding him guys that are, like, around his level. You know, they're not giving him, like, a Corey Sanhegan or, you know, somebody in his weight class. He's a lightweight, so, like, somebody that's on the rise.
You know who I'm thinking about?
Umar.
Oh, no. Behave.
Is Umar lightweight or?
I think Umar's a 135er.
Bantam?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe something like an Alex Hernandez. Alex Hernandez is trying to...
He's on this next card.
Is he? Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah.
So I guess that fight ain't going to happen. But yeah, Clay Guida went ahead, grinded out a 3-round decision.
2 takedowns, had like 6 minutes of control time.
Yeah, it was pretty damn dominant.
3 takedowns, I mean. And, but Michael Johnson did outstrike him. But just barely. 70 to 65. Not too much damage absorbed. Kind of like that slow, drawn-out, grindy fight. It was only 3 rounds, so they fought at the... Clay Guida fought at his pace. The pace he needed to win. It was a sweep. 30-27. Won each round, 10 in the judges' eyes, 10-9. So...
Yeah, and I don't think there was any other way that you score that fight. It was pretty dominant for Clay Guida.
Michael Johnson, is he cut? Are we cutting?
4 losses in a row. I don't know.
Bellator's next signing, guys.
Bellator's next lightweight champion, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I really like.
He's not being Patricio.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like Pitbull. But I saw a lot of complaints about this next fight. Alessandro Pantoja beating Beneil Cape in a decision, 3-round decision. I saw a lot of people complaining about just inactivity, and I think that was actually Beneil Cape's biggest issue. He looked good out there. His strikes looked technical, crisp. He just didn't throw enough. When he did land, they landed good. But it seemed like Alessandro really took the pace, took the control of most of the fight.
He did take this fight short notice, though, right?
Alessandro? Or
Pantoja. Pantoja, right? Wasn't there supposed to be some other guy that or was that the COVID fight, or no? Was this for somebody else?
No, that was actually Cody Stamen versus Askar, which ended up getting pulled off
that one
completely.
got pulled, you're right.
Yeah.
And we did break that one down, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this one, I thought Cape was a replacement, though, anyway. Maybe, like, not this, like, to the level of the Stamen one, but I thought he was a late round. Anyway, yeah, Cape was the one who was coming off of this. He was a rising champion, and this was his UFC debut. Yeah, he got 2 takedowns in the fight, but was basically outstruck every round. Received more of the significant shots. It just wasn't pulling the trigger.
I felt like we called this one. We called this one perfectly. Alessandro.
I thought Cape was gonna be. I kind of chose Cape though as a wild card.
Well, I switched my pick and went for Cape. But yeah, Alessandro had the chin to deal with the damage. He did a good job of getting that decision.
Mostly targeting the body. He was usually, the body was his lead weapon.
And fight of the night winner, Beneil Dariush.
This is a good one, bro.
Beats Carlos Diego Fiera easily. Fight of the night.
Were you kind of surprised though that it went to split? In my opinion, okay. So this is how I felt about the fight, guys. And this was me picking the winner loser. So I thought Dariush was gonna win. He did, but just because.
We're hometown bias for sure.
Yeah, because Diego Fiera, he trains out of far. He lives there. So I really wanted him to win. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, when I was watching the fight, I was kind of scoring at 10-9s.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a blowout 10-9. Fiera was making it competitive.
Well, this is why you're saying that it was split decision. I thought Beneil won the fight, but considering my bias as well, I thought CDF actually landed the better strikes. It looked like he landed more powerful strikes. To
Maybe,
the face.
but who was pushing it?
Yeah, Beneil the whole time. I think I
And he had
texted
Fieta
you.
running around like at points because Fieta was kind of just like, hold up, man, let me get some fucking space.
Well, in that third round, he actually stopped Beneil's takedowns, but it was by avoiding striking and really just running away. Because even his coach told him, "Hey, man, he wants to brawl only to get in on the feet to get that takedown. Just stop brawling with him." And when he did that in the third round, he kind of got away from the takedowns.
Dude, whenever Fieta would like get up and try to like scrap, like literally run across the, it was a small octagon, right? When he tried to run away, it was like Dariush was like this. Get back here.
Just like, I'm
fuck
coming.
back.
Let me pick up my
Fieta would
box
just, like,
lunch.
he'd throw some, and then he'd be like, fuck that. Get back
Yeah,
here.
I texted you. I
fuck
told
back.
you it seemed like Beneil Dariush came in with the game plan of the fight never ended. They had this fight back in 2015, and this was round 4, 5, and 6, and he was down 3 rounds or something. He came in with the pace and just put it on Carlos Diego, which I thought he kind of made CDF. Like, that's his thing. Come put out a pace on you, a wrestling pace, a jiu-jitsu pace. And then
He fought well, though. I mean, yeah.
It was a great fight. There was no doubt that this was going to be fight of the night. But
And you know what helped Dariush, though? A good mix-up of striking and takedowns. He scored 5 takedowns, 7 minutes of control time. But his overall just strength, bro. And
Yeah.
then, you know how Fieta's very, I mean, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, 4th degree, I think. And
both of them showed their black belts.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Like, Fieta is dangerous on the ground on his guard. Like, you don't want to be in his guard, but Dariush is just so confident in his jiu-jitsu defense. He's like, oh, he's not going to submit me.
I think in that very first takedown attempt by Dariush, he gets him down, and the way Diego gets up is he transitions from a go-go to an armbar to a back take and then back up off the ground. It was, the jiu-jitsu was shown, all the technique was shown.
It was nice.
And I told you.
Good fight. Fight of the night, right?
Who else in that lightweight division besides Charles Oliveira is going to survive either one of those guys' jiu-jitsu? He's not in the
Tony?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. Dude, that was top-tier jiu-jitsu right there. And I think it sucks that the UFC cuts off these ground fighters so that these strikers come up at the top 10. But Beneil, I think he has good chances looking forward. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to deal with these ground games these guys got.
Diego was ranked 10. I think Beneil was somewhere.
12, I think.
Yeah, so he's going to enter the top 10. I know after the fight, he was like, he actually showed respect towards Fieta and said, like, hey, the UFC did him dirty, man. I think, personally, Fieta should be fighting the top 5 guy.
He shouldn't have been fighting me. He should have been fighting
He mentioned that, his post-fight conference. And I agree with him, too. Like, yeah, like, he is still a really talented fighter. It feels like the UFC's trying to push him out.
CDF?
Like, out of the,
I mean, well,
because him and Beneil are,
I think
they're both top 10.
I think what it has to do is ground type fighters. Tony Ferguson's had a 12 fight win streak with a lot of good performances on the ground. Took 12 fights. Charles Oliveira's on a 8
But you're talking about ground fighters as in the sense of like submission guys, or because look at Khabib.
Well, Khabib also took him 10 fights to get his title shot. Charles Oliveira on an 8 fight win streak, 7 finishes, a heavy ground fighter. He's barely breaking in the top 5.
Good theory. I like it.
Now CDF and Beneil Dariush. I see nothing but good things for both of these guys.
It's a conspiracy. Dana hates ground fighters.
No, it's just the 155 is the most exciting division, so we want strikers in there.
You mean the Conor McGregor division?
So slow Mike Rodriguez gets stopped by Danilo Marquez. I was really hoping Slow Mike would get this win. He got screwed over by Ed Herman by actually stopping and winning the fight. Ed Herman does Oscar-winning performance on faking a nut shot. The ref falls for it, makes them fight again. Slow Mike gets tapped out. Comes out here, gets tapped out again against Dil Marquez with the rear naked choke.
He was dominated this fight.
Yeah. I mean,
There was no controversy to this one, but yeah, he was just... He couldn't get up from the ground.
No.
And he got tired, right?
Yeah, Danilo looks like a huge guy for the division. Getting on top of Mike, who also looks like a big guy, it looked like Mike really didn't have any options of getting out from underneath him. And round 2, at the very end of the round 2, I was thinking, come on, man, you literally have 8 seconds until that third round comes in. Because he wasn't taking a beating. Maybe he could have survived. But
Did he didn't pass out, right? He tapped?
I think it was probably one of those like...
The referee stopped. Just jumped in there?
well, where
It was
he
deep.
tapped. Yeah, he tapped and then passed out in the tap or something. I
Remember
can't
those in-betweeners? He's like, fuck, if I don't tap now, I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, slow Mike.
Yeah,
Looking-
so Marquez was able to control 7 minutes out of, the 10 minutes or about 9 minutes they fought. So he that just alone says it. He controlled 4 takedowns, controlled basically all of it on the ground. He was basically in half guard most of the fight, but he's a BJJ guy, right? Just,
Yeah.
I mean, he submitted with a rear naked. He was able to get his back. Wear out Mike. Tough fight. Marquez, I mean, he looks interesting to watch, bro.
Yeah.
He's that new 35 years old. He's trains with his head coach is Damian Maia. So talk about jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that explains that, and he's pretty new to the UFC.
This is only his second fight. Yeah, riding a 4-fight win streak.
Slow Mike, it looks like he's probably he
Out
needs
the
to
door.
win. He needs to win, or he's gonna get cut because out of his I think 7 fights, he's got 4 losses, 2 wins, and 1 no contest. I wish him the best. He looked good off of the Contender Series, but
Damn, bro, you're
Oh, well.
right.
what?
He's only had 2 wins in the UFC since he's entered.
Yeah.
And 1 no contest, 4 losses. So it's tough, bro. I don't know if this was his last one. I don't know if he'll get another one, but that's definitely a tough one to call. So is that it for our recap, brother?
Yeah, I mean, if I want to throw a little bit of shine out there, I'll just say Devontae Smith looked great, and Ode Osborne got another 20-second knockout in the first round, first fight of the night.
I do want to mention that Smith won. Like, yeah, he's coming off of an Achilles tear, hasn't had a year layoff, so because he was that new prospect in the lightweight division who could throw. So it was like, man, let's see how this guy does. And then he lost against
Kama Worthy.
got knocked out against Kama Worthy his last fight, had the Achilles rupture. Then he's fighting Justin James, who was riding a 2-loss streak, fights out of Extreme Couture, the Guitar Hero.
The Guitar Hero.
And this was a mismatch. The thing about Justin James, he has that one-punch power. But he's way smaller in that division. I think he should be fighting at least, probably can't make the weight because he's a stockier guy, but either featherweight or bantamweight because he was definitely outsized in reach and height against Smith. But
We definitely got to show what ended the fight. That eye injury.
oh my
where
God, dude!
It was literally just a purple balloon. You couldn't see his eye.
God.
You couldn't see his eye.
Yeah, balloons.
But-
So bad. But Mike, okay, not Mike. Devontae Smith showed off a ground game because he's known for the hands.
Yeah,
but
I'm excited about Devontae Smith for sure.
that's good, bro. I like the lightweight division. How we're getting into. Okay, so we got Beneil Dariush. He's actually entering the top 10, and then Devontae Smith. He looks Let's see if he mixes up. I'm interested in new people coming into the division.
I mean, yeah, I guess Tony Ferguson is holding a spot to where, like, as big as a fan I am of
These
him,
new guys, bro.
Yeah, it's like, hey, bro, you got to win. If not, we're going to have to kick you on out of here. But that's it. That's it for our recap of Alistair versus Volkov.
Any news we got during the week that came up?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sure if we...
Oh, we got Cowboy and
Diego Sanchez, bro. Yes, that's
Okay.
it's a great fight, especially for Diego's retirement fight. I
This
was
is
thinking,
Diego's last
fuck it,
fight.
give him one more fight after this, and let's see Clay Guida versus Diego.
See, bro, that's the thing about Clay Guida and Diego. Okay, so when they first fought, were they both lightweights? I think that's a reason why Clay Guida has had more success than Diego as they went on throughout their careers, because Clay Guida continued to fight at lightweight. Diego still fights at what? Is he gonna fight
Welterweight. I think this next fight is at
Wait,
welterweight.
did he fight Pieta at welterweight or? Okay.
Yeah, there's no way Pieda's making lightweight, bro. Come on.
no middleweight. Because Diego used to fight at middleweight at one point too, right?
Yeah. He won.
The
tough
ultimate
one,
fighter,
yeah.
and but okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, Diego just doesn't fight like at his right weight class, and then also he doesn't have the same train. He doesn't train at Jackson Wink anymore. Obviously, he trains with the great GOAT.
Yeah, there's a little bit of grudge match behind that fight but we'll get into that when that fight comes around, because there is a storyline behind Diego Sanchez versus Donald Cerrone that maybe a lot of people don't know. We'll get into that when that fight comes around, because that's going to be exciting.
All right, brother.
That's it. Recapped Alistair versus Volkov. 21 gun salute for both of them guys. Frankie Edgar and Alistair Overeem. We out. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Who do y'all think Clay Guida should fight next? Think that's a pretty good question.
Me, he should fight. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, we should make that fight.
And so, hey guys, another thing. This week, February 13th, Saturday, we are going to travel to San Marcos for a striking seminar.
With the one and only Corona special.
I wasn't going to say it.
I'm going to say it. If I can, I'm going to ask
Don't
him. Hey,
tell him.
I'm going to say, hey, can I call you Corona special, bro?
But anyway, we're going to go see Kevin Holland in San Marcos, guys. Me and Johnny got our tickets. A little pricey. We each paid like $140.
Yeah, I mean.
For a 2-hour seminar, we don't even know what we're going to get. Maybe we can possibly get a word with him, but it's going to be cool.
Maybe an interview. Maybe we can get a little footage.
We'll try to document it with our phones or whatever we can get into the venue. But it's going to be cool. We're going to be hitting the road this week. Brothers of the World on the road. Stay tuned.
Road. Maybe we'll give you a little vlog. Maybe we'll
vlog some of the road trip. We got to vlog the road trip, right?
Yeah, we kind of have to. Shirts, $10. I mean, it's a little brother of the world right here.
We also got decals, guys. Decals, $1 for decal. Hit me up.
Yeah, I mean, hey, come on.
Yeah.
We're just trying to give y'all some stuff. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're out, baby.